Okay, so you guys want to make a background using some of those brushes that I posted for a render. I'm going to start with this new Call of Duty Black Ops one. What I did was I used my two colors, picked them from the render. I think one of them was up here was the green, and then down here was the grayish color. Yeah. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go, usually I would just hit Control N because I'm so good at this. I know all the shortcuts, but you're going to want to go to New, create a new one. You're going to want it to be 383 by 120 roughly with a transparent background. That is important, is to have a transparent background. Alright, we're going to do it. We're going to move this one to a new window, and we'll minimize it so it goes away. And what you want to do is you're going to pull out your brush tool, which again I would use the shortcut for it, but since I'm making a video I kind of want to show you how you guys would probably do it. I just go to replace when I do them. You're going to want to find your brushes. Like I said, you guys probably have a folder that looks similar to this. This is my actual folder and how I keep it. But we're going to do, this is my favorite brush right here to use for backgrounds. It's called the Ripe Grunge Extreme. It's pretty sweet. First things first, you're going to want to create some new layers. I'd say about 7. So we'll do those real quick using the shortcut. And we'll go down to layer 1 and make it a solid color. Then we will switch and go pink, pink. Yeah, just like that. New layer, new brush, a little lighter one this time. Yeah. New layer, a new brush, flip-flop the colors again. New layer, new brush. And usually I just pick different brushes throughout until I get something that I kind of like. Oh, forgot to do that. We'll back up. Control-Alt-Z undoes the last step since I forgot to switch them. And bam, bam. Now you're going to want to find your render, which I seem to have lost mine, so I'll just open it again. There he is. And you're going to want to resize it. Since I made it 120, we'll put him at 120 by 230. Sounds right. Most of this stuff I would do a shortcuts because it wouldn't take me as long. But typically, I don't know. And then there you go. You got some sort of background to go with your render. Now you could use a bunch of different blending options to blend it in. But you can kind of see as it is that the two colors I chose from the render actually make it look sort of kind of decent. So you have something to build off of. And you know, you can use other things like abstract brushes. I prefer to actually start with the grunge layer and then put some abstract ones in. I'll hide this real quick to show you what I mean. Find some abstract brushes for you. And let's see here. Abstract. Blatzer makes some pretty good ones. Rubina, I like Rubinas. We'll go with Ghosts. And there they are. Alright, and you just gotta find places in there and figure out where it would look good. And I mean, no two people are gonna see the same thing the exact same way, so you kinda gotta figure it out and go from there, but you know. And then maybe I'd do something like a fill layer on top of it. Set it to overlay just to darken it up some. You see how it darkened it up really nice. Put the render in front of it. Change the opacity to where it looks good and the render doesn't stick out as much. Like I'd say right about there would be good. And there you have it. Using some basic brushes to create a background for a render. Very nice. This is one of hopefully a few tutorials I'll do for you guys to kind of help you get the hang of how Photoshop works and how you can manipulate images and use brushes and different filters and whatnot. I see a lot of people, you know, they like to, hold on, I'll create a new one real quick. They like to do something like apply image, and that's a pretty powerful tool because it'll put whatever's on your screen into that box. See? Whatever happens to be on your screen, even if I hide all this stuff, since I applied that image right there, it still stays because it's all hidden within there. You can't really see it too well unless you got a huge ass computer screen. But some of the tools I wanted to introduce you guys to would be the blur tool. And let me increase the brush size real quick. And you know, that's kind of self-explanatory. It blurs. That's good for helping blend things in. The sharpen tool is another good one. We'll increase that real quick. It kind of makes it, it kind of puts it more into focus and gives it more detail, but you don't want to get really too detailed with it, you know. Right here would be our dodge tool, which is another really cool tool I like because it lightens it, the whole image, which is cool. And that's dodge. Or you could go the opposite way and use the burn tool, which will darken it. See? And there's also things like the filters. Well, I know a lot of people like to use these brush strokes. I'm not a big filter person myself, but as you can see, they give you different effects. I'd probably say splatter or crosshatch are probably the better ones in my opinion. We'll use crosshatch. And then, you know, you see my render got really messed up. You can see my render's kind of messed up. Well, that's why I got this one right here. I can just slap them right on top of it. Keep that on 100, go here. Lower that down a bit, and it kind of helps blend it in. You see how it kind of blends in now? I mean, those are just some basic techniques you can use to create stuff from pretty much a blank canvas. I mean, it's up to whatever you can think of or whatever your mind will let you do. So, yeah. And that would be my first tutorial for the guys over at Holy Mods that want to learn how to do graphics or are just starting out with graphics and want to learn some of the stuff that the better guys know. You know, just tips and tricks. I'm trying to help you guys out as much as I can. I appreciate you guys saying you would like my feedback on your work. I'm not doing it to bash you. I'm trying to help you get better. Hopefully this will help as well.